Let's talk about getting SEO right. Now again, I'm not going to give you hook, line and sinker on this. This is a black art if ever there was one, but there are some simple things about it that you can look to do. Okay, 7 tips for local SEO. Remember, Google, it's got the lion's share. That doesn't mean you shouldn't think about the other websites, but think about Google. Think about Google. And do all the stuff. Register with Google Places, with Bing Local and with Yahoo Local. Yeah? They'll just ask you to list your business, to prove where you are. Because if people do type in computer repairs Nottingham, it's straight off looking for websites, yeah, that are registered with it, that are identifying themselves as computer shops in Nottingham or computer repair businesses in Nottingham. If you just put computer repairs, it won't know. Upload pictures of your premises. This all goes back to this whole business about being personal, being, yes, you are in the locality. I can see, gosh, yes, your shop. I didn't realise you were there. You're just down the road around the corner. Get listed in as many of these local directories as possible, the ones that are free. There's lots of them. Make sure you put a local phone number on. A local phone number. Google is looking for genuinely local businesses. Genuinely local businesses, and it looks at a number of things. Your phone number is one of the things that it will take notice of, as is a full postal address. A full postal address, including postcode. It knows where you are. Clearly, you'll have done this with your research. You've got local keywords, like we might do, I don't know the area very well, but Nottingham, for example, will have names of places that are near to it, or regions within Nottingham. Yeah? If the SEO, if your text, if your words on your site include those phrases, then that helps as well, because you're reinforcing the fact that you are local, and you're also improving your search, how you'll be found on search anyway. And last but by no means least, ask for reviews. Now that can be a bit difficult, things like Google. For example, you need to have a Google Plus page, and the customer making the review of you needs to have one too. And many don't. But they do matter. And I'll show you why. Oh, and the other thing is yes, title tags. Do anyone know what a title tag is? A page title tag? Yeah? It's the tag that you give that the search engine sees as being the overall descriptor of what that page is about. When you do a search, yeah, these are paid adverts, so we'll move on to the next one actually. These are title tags that people have put in. It's probably got the biggest influence on search results of anything. Okay, it's really, really important to think about, well, what's my title tag going to be? If I really want to do computer repairs, I'm not saying you do, if I really want to do computer repairs, then where am I going to do it? Nottingham, and the names of all the surrounding areas. That's the kind of thing that putting into a title tag, that's the kind of information that will really help. I jumped ahead. Google Places, everyone know about Google Places? Do I need to talk about Google Places? There's a few shakes, not a lot. If you're on Google Places, and especially if you've got reviews, look where you appear. Yeah, computer repairs Nottingham, okay, we've got the paid ads up the top. We've then got a whole load of Google Places registered businesses. Down the screen, the one I just showed you, further down, is where I start seeing the organic search appearing. Yeah? So Google Places really matters. Get registered and get reviewing. And the better your reviews, the higher you will appear. It's all part of playing the game. Yeah? It's all part of playing the game. You might not like Google, you might not like social media, you might not like the whole thing, but you're going to find it difficult to appear high up in search engine results without doing this sort of stuff. And yeah, when you do and you click through, this is the kind of information you get. This is why you need a decent photograph of your business, because it's going to get shown. People are starting to make decisions. Well, I could go there or I could go there. Which one looks nicer? They're both much of a muchness when it comes to where I'm going to go. Which one appeals more? I've covered that. Notice what happens though, even though I've scrolled right down the screen, look what's come with me. That's good old Google Places. It's kind of saying, don't forget, these guys are registered with us, so it really pays to be on there. And if you were in any doubt, which I don't think many of you will be, but if you were in any doubt, these are the kinds of proportions of percentage click-throughs depending on where you rank on a page. So you can see how it spreads and how it dives really, really fast. I don't know what the stats are, but they're not very good. People who actually look at the second page of search results is really very low. People are just hinging on what's at the top of the listings. Why have I got that there? Don't try and play any games with them, because they control their site. All they are looking for is genuine evidence that you are a real business, and that's all that you should do. Complete everything as completely as you can, but just give all the stuff that's real. Stuff here like, do not create a listing or place your pin marker at a location where the business does not physically exist. And clearly people have been doing that to make themselves appear more attractive than they really are. How Google will work that out, I'm not quite sure, but anyway. But yeah, your title should reflect your business's real world title. That's all it's asking for. Use genuine email addresses. People obviously try and unscrew the system, and it's really just not worth doing it. Okay, we've spoken about reviews. We've spoken about why they matter from the perspective of where you appear in Google search. Let's talk a bit more about why they matter from a customer's perspective, directly, shall we say. This is our good friends at Search Engine Land again. Difference between 2012, which is in red, and 2010. Use of customer reviews has gone up. Yes, I use them regularly. So yes, occasionally. Yes, occasionally was the same. Yes, I use reviews regularly. It's going up. The value of reviews matters more than it has done. How many reviews do I read before I feel I can trust a website?
3.
Sorry?
3 generally.
Well,
Some people do.
it's showing, the bulk is in this area between 2 and 10, and it's increasing. Yeah? And what this is telling us a number of things. It's telling us that you need more than one review, and it's also saying that a bad review doesn't necessarily kill you, because people will look at a multiple of reviews, and on the basis of the balance of what they see will decide. Because everyone knows that people will select others off. You see it all the time. I look at Amazon reviews when I'm buying stuff on Amazon, and you look down. I always look at the best ones and the worst ones, and just see what the differences are and why people have complained. What's the basis of the fact you gave it a 1? Well, the package was damaged. Okay, that's fair enough. Is that really the seller's fault when all the other people have obviously rated it so well? It could be. And we'll talk more about that as well later on. But equally, it might not be. It might just have been a piece of bad luck. The problem is that piece of bad luck materialises as a rating on a website. Anyway, how many reviews read? So people are reading more and more. I forgot I got some animation there. Now, the influence of those customer reviews, do they actually make a jot of difference? Yes, I read them, but ultimately I still make up my own mind, or yes, I read them and they sway my opinion. Well, the answer is yes, they do. Whereas it used to be a case of 26% of people would say, no, it doesn't matter a jot. I don't take any notice of online reviews. That's going down quite markedly. Positive customer reviews make me trust a business more. That's nudged up. I read the reviews, but they don't influence my decision. It's also nudged up as well. So the net is, they won't kill you. Bad reviews won't kill you, but good reviews can't do you any harm. This is an interesting one. Do online reviews really matter? Or is it actually about word of mouth? So, no, online reviews don't matter. In 2010, 33% of the respondents said that was the case. But interestingly, what's happened, in 2010, the difference between yes and no was quite marked. Now, it's levelled off. We've hit the point where online reviews matter as much as word of mouth. I know everyone loves word of mouth. It's the greatest silent selling tool that we've all got. It's not a marketing strategy. We can talk about that another time. Yeah? But online reviews matter too, so you can't really ignore them. The problem is you're going to need to chase them down. Handling reviews, I should say. Yeah? When you know you've had a good review, thank people. This goes back to this whole business about being seen to be alive. Nobody knows that you are until you show you are online. They can't see you breathing and waking up and going to work in the morning and eating breakfast and the rest of it. All they see is a website with a whole bunch of comments from users or commenters and nothing coming back. Are you there? Do you take any notice? In other words, do you actually care? And keep bad reviews, they're an opportunity. Well handled, they can boost your reputation. Handled badly, they can damage it really badly. Now, just as a little aside, as a bit of entertainment, Crack's Hotel in Scotland, in Callendar. No reason to assume it's a good or bad hotel, other than it's had 126 four-star reviews, 81% thumbs up. Sounds like it must be reasonable. Well, a certain visitor came along and said, well, I didn't actually stay because, and I'll read some of this out, arrived at this hotel on our way up from Scotland in February, and when we arrived, we couldn't get into the place. Oops. After strolling around Callendar for an hour, it was finally opened up at 1 p.m. We were shown to our room by a friendly lady who told us we could have had the four-poster room, but the TV had been stolen by the last guest and had pretty much anything else that wasn't nailed down. A bit further on, the bed had a dip in the mattress and was supported by some wood on the floor. The toilet, when it flushed, made a sound akin to a spitfire. God knows what that's like, apart from loud. And overall it was very cramped. We both looked at each other, made our excuses, and left, leaving behind the deposit, which on reflection was a wise move, as we found a great hotel near Alnwick, not far over the border, with a calendar of Alnwick's. There we go. So there's a review on TripAdvisor. The whole bloody world can see that. And TripAdvisor is not an infrequently visited website. What did the owner do? Alex Scrivenger, owner at the Craig's Hotel, responded, I'd like to apologise for the behaviour of my wife. Under no circumstances should she have told you about the burglary we had experienced. It was a sensitive and personal issue and is none of your business. It was very thoughtful of you to share it with the 2 million customers on TripAdvisor. However, I am happy, laughing already, I am happy that you found my wife friendly. I rarely see that side of it. And so it goes on. And so it goes on. Now, I'm not telling you this is necessarily the right way or wrong way to go about things. It's certainly possibly taking some risks. The interesting thing is that this response was reported in the Telegraph, in an article about online reviews. So by being humorous, he's actually achieved massive, massive coverage for himself. Yeah? Other examples, perhaps more risky, is how James Blunt handles comments that are made to him on Twitter. So, James Blunt has just an annoying face and a highly irritating voice. James Blunt retweets back, and no mortgage. My grandma just called James Blunt a queer. James Blunt retired only because I turned her down. Does anyone still care about James Blunt? James Blunt replied, thanks for asking. So yeah, he's you can see he does this dozens and dozens of times, and they're all good quips. They're all good quips. And depending on your sense of humour, you might like it, you might not, right? But handling negative complaints well really matters. What I would say is do it the standard way, yeah? Be appreciative and not patronising. Respect the opinion. You're all trying to do the best job you can, so clearly if something has gone wrong, it's not normal. So say that's the case. We looked at it and it won't happen again because, and then explain what you've done to rectify things. And that then shows your website is alive, you are listening, and you are responding. In other words, you are somebody that cares about people's business. And you're doing it in a virtual environment where people can't make judgments about what you're really like. You have to be larger than life on the web, and this is how you do it. It goes without saying, don't ignore stuff. So, in summary, the real reason for being online, local search is the new yellow pages. More and more people are looking for services from local businesses using search tools. Google's the big one. So if you're going to align yourself with how people are looking for you, Google's probably a good place to start. We spoke about, when designing a website, With designing a website, it all starts with the content, because that is what people are looking for. Yeah, they're not looking for a sexy, nice-looking website. They are looking for stuff that they are looking for. They're looking for answers to questions. That might be, where can I buy a laptop? It might equally be, as we have seen, my computer's running slow. Design for the customers you want, not what you think they want, not what you want to push. If ever, I can't stress this enough, you cannot rely on just saying you know what your customers want, when in actual truth you only think you know. You must do the research that shows what people in your locality are doing. The evidence to prove it will be what AdWords comes back to you and tells you about. That is an iterative process. It's a never-ending process, I'm afraid. It won't go away. It will take some work. But boy, will you know what they're looking for, and will you be able to tune your website. That doesn't mean you forget the laptop repairs. It just tells you the other things that you need to include. And remember, SEO of the wrong content will destroy your ranking. Okay? Search engines like popular sites. One of the ways they measure popular sites is, did the person bounce or did they stay? How long did they stay for? How deep did they go into the website? All those sorts of things matter. If they land and bounce off, it's going to destroy your rankings. We spoke about usability testing. It's really important. Get your customers to feedback on you. It's not enough that you think it looks cool. In fact, it's irrelevant. It's what your customers think. And we went through some tips on SEO. Get listed with the local Google Places, Bing Local, all of those sorts of things.